Hi, welcome to my channel. I hope the microphone is working this time. I think last time it was not plugged in, and my already quiet voice was like even quieter. So, but anyway, I see some kind of level going on. Okay, so I was just. Oh my god, here we go. Dr. Disco, I know you like to say hi at the top, but come on. Look at this. Look. He equates like my doing videos with snacks because I've given him snacks in the past. All right. So I was just thinking about how like fashion in like US or international politics, like leadership fashion and stuff, and how like super bland that is. And then it was like making me thinking about people just towing the line and every like a lot of politicians seeming like they don't have like a full personality or like their own drive and stuff. They're just like so happy to be part of a group, you know. So, and I was thinking how that doesn't really reflect like the true nature of people and everyone having their own intuition and stuff, and it being better if everyone was like connected with their own intuition and sort of somehow the way nature is. It's like, you know, like birds and animals and wild animals, like they seem to know when to do stuff and when to move and whatever. But they're not dressed in like TJ Maxx or whatever. Oh my god, Dr. Disco. No. All right, so I'm just gonna tune in if I can to I'm just gonna put him outside the room because it's a bit much. Just like I'm so angry. This is him, by the way. Yeah. Okay. Speak a few decibels quieter. Okay. Yeah, it kind of feels like the people who are kind of towing the line and just sort of happy to be on board, it's like they're walking this plank. It's like a comfortable, like a well-lit, strongish plank, and it feels like it extends about like 7 to 10 years. And then it just drops off. Like there's no like future in it. Anyway, okay. Yeah, and it feels like the people who are involved in that, they kind of like lock themselves into this. Let's say they wanted to like change it up and go like, you know, actually I think for myself now, like, or like as an independent type of leader, like it's kind of too late and they've put too much investment into being part of this group or party, and if anyone speaks dog, like, let me know what he's saying. And then they're frustrated because they put so much time, education, like their money, they put their family's reputation on the line. Like it's been a real inconvenience joining this party. And then they just lose out because they've put themselves in these four walls, like on this plank that only leads to the end of it soon, and then that's it. Okay. And it's kind of like there's a lot of like emails and communication and like little argument, like there's a lot of investment of like their brain power, like just they're fully invested in it. Oh my gosh. And let me just see if he wants to be calm over here. Wait, why are you so... This will be good. Here, have this. You coming in, or are you gonna be good? It's a bit distracting when they're barking so loud. Alright, so we see how this goes. Alright. And I feel like even if they try to resort to the press or like start, you know how like JFK Jr. like started a magazine? Okay. It's too much. Right? Do you cute, like soft one at least? Okay. You think so? Have like some kind of like magic snacks for him? Okay. So they might think like, oh well, I'll put a spin on it, like I'll do the press route, and but you know all these tactics aren't gonna fly. People just like are too savvy. Like all the information's on the internet. Like so, you know what I mean? Like it's all on the table. So they kind of, you know, becoming a kind of Lego character, trying to fit in and stuff. Like it seems really old fashioned and like silly and inauthentic. Oh my gosh, he stopped. He resorted to dog food. Okay. All right. Yeah, so going the press route and like this like, you know, like back when I remember when CNN like started, and it seemed really stupid. Like, who's gonna watch news 24 hours? Like, whatever. And anyhow, like back then, because like everything was kind of sloppy, like in the whatever it was, like the late 80s, or I don't know what it was, in the 80s maybe, and because of that sloppiness and the lack of the internet, and you know, it was still kind of realish, you know, you could say. And like as time moves on, everything's become like maybe there's even like fewer presenters, and there's like it's and just like in the video I did on the music industry, it felt like right now maybe there's three. That's the dryer. Maybe there's three major labels like worldwide, and then it felt like it was going to become one, and it's like, come on guys, like no, it's not going to work. Because like, you know, music and intuition is like organic and fractal or whatever, you know, and like it's not like it's one tower of power. All right. So like in terms of politics and this like sort of walking the plank that they're doing, like they can only go so far with this narrow defined message and common purpose, and it just drops off it. I mean, I think they'll try their best, but it feels like a sloppy 7 years of that. And like they think, you know how like countries like wage war and it's like messy and nobody really won, but like they might call themselves the victor for whatever reason. So it's a bit like that, where they'd be like, oh, we passed this bill, or like, oh, you know, look how successful we are, but you know, no. And I feel like there's so much like personal outrage. It's like not only for like dressing badly, but uh like just like why did I do that to myself? You know, it's like against nature or something. It's like against their own nature and against nature, like to be trying to control like that. What is that? Like it's like a negative personality trait, like being controlling. So it's like they wake up to the mistakes in their life. It's like a personal crisis that feels like quite traumatic when people sort of snap out of it and go like, but then they're stuck. Like that's who they, they put it on paper and they like, you know, gave speeches and all that stuff. Like they're all in, and you can't really like convince anyone that you've changed because it would just seem like they're just trying to be cool now or something. Okay. Let's see what else. Also, I feel like there's a huge disconnect, like in terms of, I know, like when you talk about actual politicians and stuff, like YouTube doesn't like that, or I don't know, like they restrict stuff. So let's say you can imagine who I'm talking about, and because of because of that certain person's like lack of intelligence and communication skills, it sort of feels like someone's in a room and then there's like a short hallway and then a longer hallway and everybody else is down the hallway, and it's like they might say something and then like it's like the broken telephone, either trying to improve it on that walk to other people to deliver the message, or it's kind of like they're just sort of it's sort of like the green room. Oh my gosh, like what? The green room, like an actor, like backstage, and only trot it out like for very specific, sort of easy communications, but like the actual running of things happens like down the hall, around the corner, and down the hall. So there's a huge disconnect. And it might be that some of those people down the hall like don't even want to deal with that person because like it's not like a fountain of wisdom. Okay. Now I know you know who I'm talking about. So sorry for the eating noises, but at least he's eating instead of barking. All right. I feel like there's like a desire to put controls on women, and it feels like patchy. Like there might be some people who observe the rules and a lot who don't. It feels like a pebbled surface, so it's like they didn't get like the whole. Their goals were not fully achieved. It's messy. And I feel like it's making some people, like maybe even women within the ranks, like physically ill, like the harm they're causing. See them like throwing up and stuff, feeling like really strongly ill at ease over stuff. Okay. Like the policymakers who were part of this party. Okay. I feel like there's like some kind of like technological interference, but it's not that strong. It feels like kind of machiney, like it's like handmade. Like I don't know. It's not. It won't prevail. Like that kind of interference with the population in terms of like frequencies or whatever. It just it's kind of like we used to use cassettes and now we don't, or whatever. Like it feels kind of cassette player to me. I think like a lot of people saying, right, like just in life, I feel like singing somehow, even if you don't consider yourself a good singer, you don't want to be heard or what, you just still do it. Like think of it like form of like health whatever regime, where you sing, because it's like you're creating a tone, like a frequency. And if you try to make, like, even if you're just making like a one note kind of thing, like really find one that feels like good and like positive. And then like, I don't know, I feel like that really has a huge effect. Like if the more people kind of did that and like sang with like on purpose with kind of joy, not like angry songs. Like, yeah, because like I know one time I was seeing this guy and we took this drive that was like an hour or so away out of town. I was like, oh, why don't you put on some music you like? And it was all like, because he studied music and it was very like precise, like metal. I don't know what the genre is, but it was like fast playing, very angry sounding metal. And like some of the bands I didn't like, but this one band whose name I forget, I thought was like actually quite good. And his own band was really good. I see the value in like good music, but I'm just talking specifically here about creating kind of tones that feel healing to you. And you don't have to be all like new agey about it. It's just like we make sound, nature makes sound, like let's make some sound over here. And then it kind of like is stronger than whatever people are trying to throw at you. If you just get used to like being present sonically and like owning your own personal kind of power, like small p power, like we generate not power over, but like power with. Okay. Yeah, so there's people who like signed on who are like maybe even young, like new graduates of good universities, or they did the self-trained, whatever, political wonder kids, whatever, who just joined and they like everyone knows they're part of it. They're gonna be super pissed like in a few years, like 3 to 4 years, that they were part of it, because that sticks to them. And it's like all that effort they can't enjoy or use going forward, and they're gonna have to like start like a dep, or a corner store or something like that, like buy a franchise. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I feel like a certain I can't even say like one party over the other is going to be more hated, because I kind of feel like the two are one. It's just like the polarity of one thing. Not even polarity, because I think there's some agreement on both sides. Maybe I'll try to wrap it up, because he's really like, I don't want the neighbors to be mad. Wait. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you have a subject for a reading, I'm happy to look at it, and I have done requests. So, and if you want to support the channel by subscribing, liking, donating is also cool. I put that in the whatever word box thing. And I will now try to use my poor eyesight to end stream.